Hey there YouTubers, this is Mike coming to you from Grounded Symbiosis, and in this video I will be showing how I've upgraded my earthing sheet to be more conductive and therefore more effective. So the way I've done that is I've increased the conductivity and surface area of the conductive surface that I sleep on by buying some conductive fabric from lesscmf.com. And I've had that sewn onto my bed sheet by a seamstress for $50. And then I have a thicker wire going from my bed sheet to the ground, and then the stake that goes into the ground is 4 feet long. So in combination, all those things have yielded some significant results. So here's my new earthing bed sheet, and we've got some new materials here, one being the conductive fabric. I got off lesscmf.com for about 30 bucks shipped to my house here in the States. And then we have some conductive webbing right here that routes from the conductive material to the edge of my bed sheet. And I had this all sewn together by a local seamstress for about 50 bucks. They secured the edge and then did a cross pattern to secure it in place, and then routed a piece of conductive tape from the conductive material to the edge of my bed sheet, as you can see here. And what I do here is I basically have my thick ground wire that I just place over the edge of my conductive material, my conductive webbing, and then just secure it as tightly as I can to make sure that that's not going to fall off. And then I just put my bed sheet on, and then I'll go show you the ground stake outside. So as you can see here, we have my ground stake, which is hooked up to this ground wire, which on the other end is hooked up to my bed sheet. And as you can see, the wire I use for the application is this Romex brand 100-foot size 14/2, which is very expensive. It goes for about 50 bucks a box at the hardware store. I didn't go out and buy it for this application. I just had it sitting around and figured I would use it for this application for now until I need it for something else. But what we have is this wire hooked up to this piece of rebar right here, which is a 4-foot piece of steel rebar, and that's sledgehammered into the ground. And to make that easier, I moistened the ground prior to soften it up. And then I hooked up my wires and then just put this really strong clip around it to prevent it from falling off, and also to help increase the surface area between the wires and the steel stake. And then every few days what I'll do is I'll take my hose and I'll just water this for 10 to 15 minutes, and then I'm good for a few days, and it keeps my soil nice and moist and conductive. I can definitely say, since I've upgraded my earthing setup, I've noticed some notable differences. And the main factor in this whole equation, I'd say, is how moist the ground is. Not to say that it needs to be super saturated or anything, but if it is pretty saturated and it's saturated to a good depth, you can notice the benefits more. It's just like you're hooked up to a higher potential source of electrons, so it's going to be that much higher likelihood that you'll get that many more, and they'll do that much more beneficial stuff to your biology. So it's like when you're in the ocean and you get out and it was the most amazing thing you've ever done in your life. It's kind of like that. It's what you hook up to, how quality, how good of a connection. And I've had some really nice sleep with this setup.